Hi guys, Andy Crowley here again, and one of the toughest things when you're first learning guitar has to be changing chords smoothly and changing chords well. Now certainly when we're talking about open chords, so a G or a C, there's a couple of tricks that you definitely want to be bearing in mind. You definitely want to have learnt automatically where to put your fingers before this lesson may be useful for you, but let's have a look at a bit of a close-up and help you with changing between chords. So the first thing to be aware of has to be anchor fingers, having your first finger staying down essentially, and then changing between E, A and the D, for example. The third finger staying down when we're changing between a D and a G, and having as much continuity between those shapes as possible. But that only gets us so far. We can't have an anchor finger if we're doing the very popular change or the very common change between, for example, a C and a G. Anyway, you play these two chords, they happen so often, but we have to lift off all our fingers. When this is the case, what starts to happen is people place fingers down one at a time like this, which is how we learn our chords. G, 1, 2, 3, for example, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Either's totally fine. I really recommend this G, but either is fine. And when we go for the C, 1, 2, 3, this starts to happen, and it really slows us down. And what this shows is your hands have not memorized the shapes that we're trying to make. So you haven't got the muscle memory we'll need to be able to really nail your songs and chord sequences. So if you're having to do 1, 2, 3 and really look at your guitar and arch your neck to bend over, what you want to be striving towards is your hands memorizing the shape. So for example, if you lifted it off, you still have the shape there in your fingers. A great exercise for this is to play your C chord, for example. You can do this on any chord, but C is particularly evident if you're doing 1, 2, 3, for example. We want to lift off your fingers very slowly and try not to move at all and have them hovering around a centimetre from the guitar itself, maybe even less, maybe 5 millimeters. And by doing this and then pressing back down, you're really working on memorizing the shape that your hands make when you're playing these basic open chords or playing anything on guitar. And then when we change to another chord, for example, the goal that you want to aim towards is making the shape of the chord before you put your fingers down. Don't put one finger down and then think, where does my second finger go? Where does my third finger go? You know, if you're in your first couple of days of learning these chords, or this is the first time you've seen these chords before, you know, that's where you've got to start. But the end goal, the thing that's going to get you better and get you really mastering these chords, is to memorize the shapes of these chords in your hands alone. So for example, this is a G chord, and this is what it looks like when my fingers are totally off my guitar. I have the shape memorized. This is my C chord, and then I place the fingers down in the shape they're already in. So essentially the exercise is lifting your fingers off and hovering over the chord that you're going to go in, and when you're going between any chord, that is what you want to be able to do. But as I say, it's particularly evident on this C chord because it's a bit more of a stretch and habit can take over and you can go 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that helps you guys. Subscribe down below to follow the channel and get the newest uploads straight to you as soon as they're up.